Hi, I'm Orylan, and some people think I'm a demon. When people see me in public, it's one or two things. They love me or they don't. Honestly though, when I go out in public, a lot of people notice me. I'm not famous or anything, but a lot of people just notice me. I've been in articles and things like that, so a lot of people will say, oh my gosh, you're Orylan. They notice me because of the butterfly. Like, it's the butterfly on my head. So my grandma made this for me for my graduation when I turned 18. So it starts from when I was in pre-K to kindergarten, first grade, all the way up. I know it looks nothing like me, but yeah, my dad was in it. People think I don't have a father. People think I have daddy issues. Definitely don't have daddy issues. My daddy's right there. Very much so loved. I just have to put that out there for people that think people like me can't be loved by anybody. If you look at me, why are you gonna judge me? You don't know anything about me, but you're just gonna think because I look like this, oh, I must have been abandoned, I must be on drugs, I must have no family, I must have been abused, whatever, etc. as a child, and that's farther from the truth. I have my whole family, not one of my family members has really passed away, thank God. I see my dad, he lives very close to me, so I'm very involved with my whole family. They love me and I love them, and that's what people need to learn. Just because you look a certain way, that doesn't mean you don't have family. Like, you just need to get to know somebody first. Over the last 2 years, I've had a lot of body modifications done. Just about 2 years ago, I looked very different than I do now. One of the big things I've done, tattooed my whole face. I don't plan to tattoo any more of it, but just something to frame my face on each side. And then I recently just got my whole arm blacked out. Butterflies all over my chest. I just got a butterfly on my face too. So the next thing is my eyes. So I've tattooed my eyes, fanged my teeth, and then I've gauged my ears. And then I went kind of like crazy with like piercings. So I did my nose piercing. I did all these within like really quick. I had my tongue pierced since I was 14. My nipples are pierced, but they're infected all the time. I do not recommend piercing your nipples. One of the most asked questions I get is about my eyes, my eyeball tattoos, is if it hurt getting them tattooed. Simple answer, no. It was like a 2 out of 10 pain scale, and that's because there's no nerves inside of an eyeball, but most people wouldn't know that because they're not gonna get a needle inside of their eyeball. Would I recommend you doing it? No. There's always complications that could happen. You need to go to someone that really knows what they're doing. I went to someone that really knew what they were doing. His name is Luna Cobra. He's one of the best. He's tattooed a lot of people's eyeballs. I've had no complications, no blindness. So yeah, short answer, no, they did not hurt. I got my eyes because the old me, the way I looked, it didn't make me happy. It didn't symbolize who I really was. I always knew I wanted to look something like this. I just didn't know how I would make it happen or portray it. And also I was conforming to what my ex wanted to be that was in my life for so long. And every time I looked in my eyes, I still saw him. I still saw that it was him trying to conform me to this thing that I didn't even want to be. And you know, people will look at it and say, so you really tattooed your eyes because of your ex? No, I did it because it's what makes me love myself. And I have no regrets. I will not regret it when I'm old. I will not regret it in a year from now. I will not regret anything I've done with my life at all. So a lot of people don't understand this, but butterflies are really beautiful, okay? They're gorgeous to look at. They can mesmerize you sometimes. You can just look at them and look at them. They're so beautiful. But if you actually study a butterfly, if you understand their anatomy, you understand what they are, they're actually very disgusting. They're grotesque creatures. They'll eat each other's spit. They'll eat each other after they mate. So they have a lot of ugly, toxic traits on the inside. And when you think about it, that's kind of how people are as well. For example, I had an ex-boyfriend for 3 years, so beautiful, handsome human being, but you wouldn't know that unless you dug on the inside to realize he was a really bad person, a very, very awful person to me. But on the outside, they can mesmerize you, they can make you think they're this beautiful, wonderful thing until you really get to know them and the inside of them. It's not even just that, it's everybody. It's a lot of people in this world are like that. So I kind of like to be like an inverted butterfly. That's kind of why I put it upside down, I think. So for me, you know, I think I'm beautiful, but honestly, majority of this world will look at me and think I'm so ugly. But when someone can really sit down and have a conversation with me, they would realize like how much of a whole, sweet, nice person I am. So I like to say I'm like the inverted butterfly, the odd one out, the one that's inverted inside out, because you know, on the outside to most, I look ugly, but on the inside, I'm very beautiful, just as a butterfly is on the outside. So this is my content room. Here are my outfits. I have my stripper heels in here too. I keep different heels. Some people like giganticism stuff where I step on tiny things. So I'll step on like blocks and stuff, and then I'll wear the boots. So my full-time job is OnlyFans. I make a decent amount of money on there to obviously support myself, support my kitties, get myself a car, nice place. I'm not spending my money stupid, I'm investing it, and I dance on the side, so I'm a stripper. When I wake up in the morning, like my job, because you know, people will typically, you know, get up, shower, grab coffee, go to work, do the same thing every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Me, I wake up, you know, I have tons of messages to go through. I have like 80 to 100 to 300 messages every day, just depending how often I check them. I'm very organized. I look messy, but I'm one of the most very organized persons ever, because if I can make money somewhere, I'm gonna make it. And if it's an extra 1, 2, 3,000 a month, I'm gonna figure out how to make it. I look through my books that I have, I look through all my messages on all my platforms. It's hard. People think, oh, it's so easy to do this. No, it's mentally taxing. You have to be there for somebody basically 24/7, because you have so many different people to connect with, to talk to. It's a job. It's a full-time job.
So would you say a majority of the time it's people just wanting affection, or not necessarily like, you know, content from you?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of men every day that just see me. I post every day. That's what I have to do. They just see me. And they're like, just you, just talking, saying peace and love, because I say peace and love every day. Just you talking just makes my day better. And they'll tip me like $100 for nothing. How it's like being a sexual object, sexualized 24/7, it's really hard on a person. People will be like, no, that's the ultimate job. That's amazing. It's really not when you're doing it every single day. There are days when I'm depressed. Believe it or not, I am a human being with feelings. You might not be able to see that when you look at me, but I have feelings just as much as you, if not more, because this industry really desensitizes people, and I have a lot of feelings. I have a lot of love. I have a lot of hurt. And you know, when I'm not having a good day and someone sends me money for a video, I'm like, dang, I really don't want to do this right now, but it's my job and it's what people want. There are people that are sexual 24/7 that love to do this 24/7, men, women, whoever. But me, I'm just not one of those people. I'm more like inverted, and I just like to be home with my cats. You know, I'm not this crazy sexual being that likes to go out and be with a bunch of different people 24/7. You know, I'm very like closeted in some ways, but I am also a sexual object, and I asked for it. So it's like, I can't cry myself a river every day. I have to do it because I have to make money. So this is my baby girl, Morticia. They're like my babies. Like, nothing else makes me happier in this world than being with them. I don't care about money, I don't care about fame, I don't care about any of that. At the end of the day, I just want to lay down and be with them. I lost 2 babies when I was 18 and 19 years old, and I feel like I was supposed to have them, and that my babies that are in heaven, because I do believe in God, that they're reincarnated in my cats. So without them, I'm literally nothing. Death moths, you know, they go against death, they try to fight against death, they try to fight against things, and that's all I feel like I've been doing. Like, my whole life is fighting against things, trying to get to the next thing, trying to push obstacles, and I feel like I've done that, and I wanted to symbolize that in real life. And the time is because my time is so valuable. I feel like the worst thing someone could do to me is disrespect my time. Time is so important. I have had so many people waste my time for years. I had a man waste 3 years of my life. You know, I've had friends, family, people just waste everything of mine. And I just really wanted something very visual of that. That time is so important to me, and that I just tell people if they're in my life, do not waste my time. Because that's the one thing you can't get back in life. You could get people back, you know, you could get a bunch of things back in life, but you can't get time back no matter how hard you try.